Hello. Hi. Again, welcome back again. Today will be like some new updates. I have some new updates concerning the application Zuma. If you don't know, yeah, I am starting a startup that is called Zuma. It's a transit application that enables people to buy tickets and uh, go for long distance travels across Ghana and multiple other countries. Building an application that spans multiple countries and regions can be a headache and a problem, but if you get the essentials right, if you get the essentials right, is is just gonna be a breeze, right? It's gonna be a breeze because getting the essentials. What are the essentials? One example is the language. Another example is the money and time, right? Those three factors uh, play a role in who sees the app, uh, what information gets displayed, and how the information gets displayed, right? So for Zuma, currently I'm done with the location and time. I was able to figure that out, and I I managed to build that right, and I also got the money right. I was left with the language, so I was kind of deciding what language am I gonna use, right? If I want to make it a local, like every country and its local language, that's going to be, I would say, a pain in the ass, or like it's going to be a very difficult job because, as we all know it, like Africa has a lot of languages that are like each country has so much language, right? So that wouldn't be possible. But one thing that is common knowledge that we know is that Africa has mostly two common languages, which is like one is English and French, right? So English countries and Francophone countries. So that is what I've based the initial iteration of this application on. So I just have to get the languages, the translation on the app into two languages, French and English, which is easy for now. It's easy to do, you know. I don't have to stress about a lot of things concerning that. So I managed to get that for now. There are some other issues that I managed to take care of. Yeah, on some other iterations, these are just reports from people who use the app, and they found some issues in regards to the application. Some of these issues are, first of all, the language. So I managed to translate everything on the application. You know, when people are talking about their language, maybe a prevalent language in in their country that is not available in the application, you have to meet that need. That is a very crucial need. Another issue was the seat. So I got into a problem where I now have two type of seats, right? I have two type of seats already in the. So for creating a vehicle, there are two type of seats. One is a seater seat and one is a sleeper seat, right? So the seater seat is just a cell, right? So a row and a column. It sits at one part in the car, right? But sleeper still sits usually span a couple of like rows within a column, right? So my initial iteration, I still made the sleeper seats like one row and one column, right? So I still made it like a normal seat. So that was also one thing that the users brought to my attention, and I was able to fix. So I made the sleeper seats span a couple of rows. So now, like the sleeper seats are able to span like some few cells down the application, like down the like the information that gets displayed, right? So that is good. It's good that that was brought to my attention because I wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have come to my mind immediately to have done that. Um, Another, yeah, the iOS, the iOS version of the app is up for review. iOS always gives me stress because usually, depending on the type of application you have, they demand you your account, your Apple account is either an organization or an individual, right? And this has bite me in the ass concerning some project that I've done in the past. So I don't know about that. My Apple account is still an individual account. I hope to convert that to an organization account once I have my company's documents ready and my downs number. So that is that for the Apple review. I'm still hopeful. Maybe this isn't an application that requires my Apple developer account to be an organization account. I need it out for the iOS audience to start also using the app, right? That is also on my bucket list, and hopefully they grant the app access to the App Store, and that will be good. Yeah. So, regards to other things, I don't know much of uh, like what is going to come in regards to the application. It will depend on what issues the users find in the application, what problem they are faced with when using the application, right? Because from my end, I go through the list that I have and I exhaust the list that I have, right? And if the lists are exhausted, it's now depending on what real world test scenarios, right? Yeah, one more time to the locations. One other thing that skipped my mind that is fascinating, that is uh, surprising to me is the population of cities. Once that I've opened it for multiple countries, I need to populate the cities in my database. I need to populate every city, every town in my database. So I had to do that, which I completed yesterday. So I was able to get Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and yeah, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana. These are the only three that are alive. Nigeria was able to get about 50,000 cities and towns. Nigeria is pretty huge. So 50,000, about 50,000 cities and towns populated. Ghana is relatively around like uh, 20,000 cities and towns if you combine both. And Cote d'Ivoire is around like 11,000 cities and towns. So yeah, that would also, like, as users use it, I will see what routes that are most often used within the application, right? The drivers, the routes that they use, and I confirm that on the application. But for now, it is open, and most routes can be used. I will also see the routes that they are not able to, or the cities and towns they are not able to find on the application, and I hopefully like recycle or like update the list as I go. But yeah, for now the locations, cities and towns are now filled into the database and is live for these three countries. Payment is live for these three countries. Location is live for these three countries, and language, which is very important. Language, French and English is now live. Maybe in later iterations, I may include some other local languages, but not now, not in this iteration. So these are some few updates concerning the the Zuma application, the Zuma project, the Zuma company, and I'll be bringing you more details as time goes on. I hope you have a lovely time and see you again.